11th benefiting.
That's funny.
Injured first responders. I will be there. I know Briana will be there. It is a really, really good cause, right? We're going to have a good time. And you're going to MC, I think, until I get there or something, right? Because I have to do the show, which ends at like 7:05, and then this starts at 7. So we're going to have to figure that out, right?
You guys got the rookie MC.
Mark Anderson joins me today. He is with Sapphire Timeshare Cancellation. We're talking about how to get out from under your timeshare. Mark, what are some of the companies that you work with, against, so to speak, that are just really a huge nightmare to deal with?
The Blue Green is, and Wyndham is obviously a very stickler when it comes down to their contracts and their protocol that they have. And they're going to go after credit for sure. That's one of their main tactics. So that's why with us here, we deal with credit right at the beginning on identifying those accounts, isolating them. We have a credit and risk program. So it obviously is going to alleviate a lot of the stress for our clients when they know that their credit's going to be someone at least handled at the beginning and not at the end.
Yeah. And then so when someone comes into your office and they have stopped paying, they must say, oh, my credit score has gone down. How much?
80 to 100 points.
Really?
Jeez, that's the death knell.
Yeah. I mean, this is bad. It's really bad news for people. And, maybe that's why we should try to get it resolved while continuing to make the payments at the very beginning to see if we can do it without negatively impacting their credit.
Well, it's a factor of most people usually have already stopped paying by the time they make it to me, or they stop paying while they get to me. But ideally, when you know you want to get out of it, before you make that payment, I should say, give us a call.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you want to keep your credit 100% intact at where it is, you're going to go buy a house or you're going to refinance something, we're not going to tell you to, don't stop paying your payments.
So when you do agree on a deed in lieu or some way to really get rid of this timeshare, how does it normally show up on their credit at that point?
Well, either way, with our program here, we identify dispute and pull off right off the credit usually.
Oh, really?
So you handle that?
Yeah, we handle that as well.
Okay, good.
So that's one of the things is being.
You can't trust the company to do that, the timeshare company.
Oh, they're not going to do that.
No. They can care less.
We force them through validation and different. A lot of these people have been defrauded against. So when you have someone that says, "Listen, I've had them where they've opened up credit cards without these people's authority." So at that point, you're dealing with identity theft issues. You're dealing with a lot of problems that we're going to isolate and use that to benefit the client by getting that off their credit.
So they just think they can get away with it, right?
Oh, for sure.
Timeshare guys.
Yeah.
Call Mark Anderson, Sapphire Timeshare Cancellation. If you own a timeshare, or maybe your buddy who came to visit from Connecticut last year, or your aunt or your mother, maybe they bought a timeshare down here and they want to get rid of it, please share Mark's information with them. Sapphire Timeshare Cancellation. Phone number?
407-362-7859.
Coming right back to wrap up Silly Monday here on UF Power Radio. It's Justin Clark, Florida Man Radio.
You're listening to UF Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Central Florida first responders have some of the most dangerous jobs around. This is Jeff Brown from Hometown Heroes Alliance, and our mission is to support those heroes disabled or seriously injured on the job. On October 11th, we're having a casino night fundraiser at the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge in Orlando. There's going to be a Texas Hold'em tournament, roulette tables, blackjack, and more. Come out and join us for a night of fun and help raise funds for wounded first responders. Find out all you need to know at Casino Night event section of the Hometown Heroes Alliance Facebook page.
This week, it's the Jags on Florida Man Radio.
The Saints are marching in, and the Jags have a rude welcoming party waiting. This Sunday, it's the New Orleans Saints minus Drew Brees visiting TIAA Bank Field. Here live on Florida Man Radio. Pre-game at noon, kickoff at 1.
Central Florida's home for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 660 AM, 105.5 FM. Florida Man Radio.
Premium cigars, badass bikes, live music, and spirits. Florida Man Radio presents the inaugural Stogies and Cycles. Saturday, November 16th at the all-new Bellicoso Cigars and Cafe in the Mills 50 District. Hosted by Florida Man Radio's Shannon Burke, Bubba the Love Sponge, Scott Ledger, and Justin Clark. Don't miss this exclusive night out. Stogies and Cycles at Bellicoso Cigars and Cafe in the Mills 50 District. Stanley Steamer VIP packages and elite tickets are extremely limited. Purchase yours today before they're gone. FloridaManRadio.com.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Smokey Cole Bear, filling in for Smokey on his birthday. Because after 75 years of...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Turns out there's much more to say. Just look at the news. Nearly 90% of wildfires are caused by us humans being careless. And I'm not just talking about obvious things like campfires or letting your totally sweet nephew, Francis, play with matches. I'm talking about dumping your used barbecue coals willy-nilly or parking your car on tall, dry grass. That can lead to... poof! Guess the song was wrong. We did start the fire. But listen, being a South Carolinian, I respect Mother Nature and her trees, whether coniferous, deciduous, or new car scented. So if you love the outdoors like me, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention, because fire safety is always in season. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick, and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing. But not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Meet Ingrid, fiery spirit, caring grandma, proud trucker.
I've logged more than 4 million miles in my truck. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. I was driving outside of Ohio when a gentleman stopped suddenly in front of me. But it takes my 80,000-pound truck 200 yards to stop. I'd given myself extra room, but it's not a chance worth taking.
It's our roads. It's our safety. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Now, back to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Back here to wrap up a Monday. Thankfully. Maybe I'll be able to talk a little better tomorrow. Anyone else have allergies, or is it just me? I feel like I can barely form a sentence. I took some medicine, too.
Oh, that's it. Well, yeah, you're a little woozy.
Special thanks to Mark Anderson with Sapphire Timeshare Cancellation. If you or your relatives from up north have bought a timeshare and they constantly complain to you about it, he is the guy to call if you want to get out from under that. Mark, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yes.
You'll be back, 2 weeks from now?
Absolutely.
All right. Don't you think timeshare is important to really get out there? This is a consumer protection show.
Absolutely.
I can't think of many other places that are going to tell you what's really going on and how to really get out from under these terrible investments. And Mark, Sapphire, how do I reach out one more time?
Yeah, give us a call at 407-362-7859. You go us on the web at www.sapphiretimesharecancellation.com.
If you missed anything on the show tonight, you can always go back and watch at You Have Power Radio on Facebook, YouTube, any social media platform. Briana, back from Texas. What do you have going on? What do you have to promote?
Not very much. Just ready to go to bed, get some sleep.
Flight got in at 1 a.m. you said?
Yeah.
It's always a terrible travel day.
It is.
Mick Dolan, how do we find you, buddy?
Under a rock.
EC, have you got your social media back on track yet?
Rock right next to Mick's.
When's this going to happen?
Sometime this week.
You can find EC under the same rock.
No, I have a next door rock. We don't stay under the same rock.
We don't share the same rock. Come on.
Tune in tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock a.m. till 10. It's Bubba the Love Sponge. Scott Ledger joins you, along with my man Mick Dolan, from 10 o'clock to 2, and then from 2 to 6. The Shannon Burke Show, Shando, every single weekday afternoon. And Mick Dolan, I don't know much, but I do know one little thing.
What's that?
I will see you right back here again tomorrow night, 6 p.m. on Florida Man Radio.
Walking out that door.